Donkey Kong Country is truly perfect. If you do not get this amazing new generation of Donkey Kong madness, you are stupid. Yes, I know, that's insulting, but it's also the truth. So which will it be? PlayStation, Jaguar, M2, or Saturn? The answer is none of the above. There's another advanced gaming system that will win the war, and it's Virtual Boy, the 32-bit, $180 portable virtual reality gaming system from Nintendo. We think the PlayStation will get second place, then Saturn, then Jaguar CD, and then M2. Speaking of pizza, you can play the game with your left hand and eat pizza in the other, since the game can be controlled with the L button, which lets you talk and check. You might get so mad at Toy Story that you may want to slam Doom into your Super NES and take out your anger by shooting a bunch of evil aliens. Then again, Doom is an extremely difficult game, so it might just make the problem worse. Super Mario Kart, poor ending. Buster Buddies includes famous paintings and works of art, like the Gleaners, shown here. These works serve as backdrops for each level. Being the silly people that we are, we were kind of hoping to see mannequin piss in the background. And the game begins with Mom waking you up. This is appropriate since many kids need bombs to get themselves out of bed in the morning. In fact, some of us still do. The fourth boss is quite gelatinous. Bill Cosby would find him quite tasty. Maybe we've been possessed by the demons in Doom. Ew, not a nice thought. I'm starting to get the heebie-jeebies. When you pop in this game, the first thing you notice is the poor edging on Woody. But hey, old farts like me might like it. Piss or no piss. And frankly, we don't care about the multiplayer stuff. No one buys a game specifically for multiplayer options. The Legend of Zelda, not as good as the original for some unknown reason. This blast from the past is, well, not worth busting your butt to get. Get it? Buster Brothers. Bust your butt? Oh well. You know how we love lame humor. As you may know already, we changed our challenge rating of the game to a C, mainly because we beat it unexpectedly. Eating the dead doesn't fill you up much though, so don't worry about this game turning you into a cannibal. Machine guns, explosions, fancy cars and trucks. Sounds like a James Bond film. Twisted Metal 2 from Sony banks on the very essence of James Bond. Action-thriving men. Yes, we're talking about Tim Taylor grunt out loud to show your manhood type of men. The great thing about Twisted Metal 2 is that it appeals not only to that type of men, but to all men. Our game guy Tom Allen was so mad, he almost broke his controller in half. The play control in this area is awful, especially this jump right here. He's still trying to make this jump without falling. We'll have the ending to this otherwise fun game on a future episode. You start the game at the entrance to Jurassic Park. A voice from the Gates computer system welcomes you.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Spawn looks better than expected, with a graphical style similar to Tomb Raider. However, it is unknown whether the actual gameplay is more like Tomb Raider or Doom.
Look at the water here. See how it's all one color with no texturing, no movement? Is this the Atari 2600 or what?
Whoa! Mode 7! Super Mario World 2 is far better than the less than pleasing Super Mario World. Remember, the priority here is beating the game, and you probably won't. Sorry guys, but I've had enough of being mystified. And if I have to put up with one more groaning noise from the PlayStation as it very slowly switches screens, I'll freak out. If Williams sees this segment, they will either A, laugh at all the dooms, B, put us on their to-doom list, C, doom us to Hades, or D, not do one doom thing. Look at this. It looks like he's jumping without a rope. To make matters worse, the camera is all screwed up. He jumps. He jumps again, from a different angle. What the heck? Is this some new funky directing style or what? And just in case you're a Republican, shifting nervously in your seat, we'll run one of the sex jokes at the end of this segment. All we can say is, if you don't play this game, you're not a true gamer. Even though Bubsy is easy, the game is still excellent. The game has two big problems. First, you have to reset the game to change characters. The game would be better if we were treated with plot developments. The play control is proportional to the player's skills. Bad players will think the play control is poor, while good players will think the play control is good. We still have to wait for the 64DD, as it's called. This disk drive add-on will be used in the N64 games of the future. This game is not a 7-Up marketing ploy. The first step to beating this game is to get the Super Metroid Player's Guide from Nintendo. Killer Instinct, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Come on, folks, it couldn't be more obvious. Knock blocks away with your pull string by pressing A to free the action figure toy named Biff. Speaking of action figures, take a look at this one. It's a takeoff of Blanca from Street Fighter 2. Also notice the similarities to other Street Fighter characters on the package design. Aha! We caught these guys ripping off Capcom. Anyway, let's get back to Toy Story. Mario doesn't require you to solve impossible puzzles to win the game, but Evil has you solve tons of them. Actually, you won't solve tons of them. The game is virtually impossible without the hint book. After taping, a trapdoor opens up and I'm thrust into the depths of the basement of this old, disgusting, roach-infested building. Just kidding. The full motion video is the complete opposite of dumb, stupid, boring, crappy, pathetic, silly, hardly there, uninspired, flat, dull, and childish. If you've ever wanted to go bungee jumping in real life but never did, you can simulate the activity in this video game. There may be action in the plot, but who gives a hoot about the plot when the game has such incredibly static backgrounds? The game's appeal is of the same high quality as Bubsy. Both games feature outstanding action. You can't touch, use, pick up, climb on, or operate it, even though it's right in front of you. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Armored Armadillo is cool. He'd be cooler if he was Beaverman, though. Imagine his tail attack. Anyway, that's just a thought. You can climb trees and do huge flips out of them. You can head towards the waterfall and listen as it gets louder and louder. You can jump over the fence and swim around in the moat. Just try not to get caught up in the force of the waterfall. In Super Mario 64, you can do just about anything. It is, in fact, like jumping into the movie Toy Story. Miette whines,
I can't manage it.
or,
I don't think I can manage it.
come on, girl, get yourself together and manage. Bubsy and Arrow are the year's best new characters. Wild Arms has something Chrono Trigger could never have, a full-motion, animated opening sequence. When you leave the game alone for a few minutes to plan your strategy, one of the characters will pick his nose, look at the booger, and express disgust. For now, these 4 determined cave babes are going to chase you home as we transfer our thoughts to another hairy hero, Bubsy the Bobcat. Mario Kart 64 is fun to play, except when you're losing. If you didn't get enough booger action in Interplay's Boogerman, you might want to check out all the snot in Earthworm Jim 2 from Playmates. Hopefully you'll succeed. If not, oh well. In fact, with Jim as the Earthworm's name, you can't help but wonder if this slimy hero was named after Jim Carrey. We anxiously and excitedly booted up the PlayStation to play the Final Fantasy demo. What a disappointment. First off, if this storyline is truly to reach epic levels, then I hope one of the lovers dies. From Shakespeare to the English Patient to Titanic, death has proven to be the most effective instrument of high romantic drama. The game opens with Ryu in an incredibly awesome graphical scene as he throws a Hyrukin fireball straight at you. Ouch! It hurts when the Empire strikes back. Sometimes the characters feel dead inside. They're too mechanical. We hope that the upcoming Street Fighter 2 movie can live up to this example of Capcom quality. Is this intentional? Maybe so. Is it annoying on occasion? Absolutely. Does it preclude you from enjoying the game? Absolutely not. Will you get sick of running into walls just because these kids can't walk right? Maybe, maybe not. You might get a kick out of it. Welcome to the overworld, home of dated PlayStation graphics. Bubsy is one of the best action games ever created. Watch this guy stomp that skyrise to the ground. Whew! Gex, Enter the Gecko, is Gex's second Gex game. That will get you Gex-cited. Okay, enough Gexes. These distinctive mumbles are as annoying as the crying baby Mario in Super Mario World 2. Is the game worth buying? Well, maybe. You can design your very own race course, complete with insane jumps, pits, tight turns, and the like, and then race it in the single race mode. If something like this has ever existed before, then we sure missed a biggie. Jump on the water spout and whoa! It's a geyser! You're lifted in the air so fast that you're thrown right up on top of a very bad thing, a Stegosaurus. A Bug's Life puts Babe, a pig in the city, to shame. Andross will be by far the most awesome villain you'll ever encounter in any video game. He will remind you of Stephen King's The Lawnmower Man. The most exciting part of the Indiana Jones game is the cinema scenes. They're amazing. Each shot looks exactly like the movie. This game makes Doom look like silly putty. I have no idea what that means, but hey, there's just one weird thing about this village. Everyone has a big head. You have to grow a mushroom just to jump to higher places. Hello? Ants can crawl anywhere. They don't need mushroom trampolines. Besides, When was the last time you saw an ant as big as a mushroom? The play control is so good that you'll actually notice how good it is. There aren't any memorable songs in this movie, and most glaring of all, the cinemas do not coincide with gameplay. For example, if you cross the river and enter a cave, then the game will show you a clip from the movie where you fly across the same river and hit a rock. Let's say it again. Hello? We already crossed the river. Who's been messing with the space-time continuum? Hello? McFly? Is anybody home? Good grief. Is it realistic? Heck no. But realism is getting boring in video games. The name is weird, but you'll like the game. This title could very well be the best shooter ever made. While not as fun as Star Fox 64. Cosmic jumps. Cosmic may not be a real word, but it should be. Everything about this game is top-notch, except maybe the play control, which could use a little adjustment. The game is virtually impossible to beat. If you've ever been knocked senseless in battle, with stars circling your head, press various attack buttons like crazy, and tap the control pad left and right several times. To prevent enemy attacks, press the control pad in the opposite direction of your challenger. When you reach the evil Rancor, Jabba's pet, you'll die. Hey, that's life. A Porsche is way too expensive for my taste. Even if I had money coming out of my armpits, I wouldn't want to blow an extra $50,000 on a car just to make a fashion statement when I can get a car just as good for a quarter of the price. I should state that these are not my opinions. If you disagree with all this, yell at Tom Allen, who reviewed this game. Our last RPG of the day is Pokemon. This is the game that killed the Beanie Babies. Hercules starts off slow. The songs make it intolerably slow. A perfect mix of action and Academy Award-winning character development, Pokemon is a great game. This results when you're not in rhythm, but I tell you, I was in rhythm. I can keep a beat. Super Mario 64 delivers Toy Story quality graphics, which makes you wonder why Hollywood hasn't made a computer-generated Mario movie yet. I hope you have a great Christmas. We'll leave you with Titanic. I'll see you next year.